first thing you need to know is that the Nutanix Enterprise Cloud supports multiple industry standard virtualization solutions. So when you're thinking about virtualization on Nutanix, you aren't locked into AHV and can choose the best solution for your environment, whether it's on-premise, in the cloud, or both. The ability to choose between different hypervisors and clouds allows you to move your apps and data between a variety of different environments, including non-Nutanix infrastructure to Nutanix systems, between Nutanix systems supporting different hypervisor environments, and Nutanix to public cloud infrastructure. We also have Foundation, which allows you to set up a cluster with a hypervisor of your choice, and cross-hypervisor backup allows you to back up application data on remote clusters running different hypervisors. That said, we believe in the simplicity and scalability of AHV and its ability to add value to a business by freeing up IT teams to focus on application and mission-critical service delivery instead. So let's talk about it. AHV is the native Nutanix hypervisor that's bundled with Acropolis at no additional charge. It's a powerful, complete, and simple-to-operate enterprise virtualization platform that is based on a kernel-based virtual machine at its core. KVM provides AHV with its virtualization fundamentals and has been in development since 2007. We found that KVM by itself, however, was missing ease of management, monitoring, and necessary enterprise features. On this base, therefore, we built a broad enterprise feature set, comprehensive management plane, and broad ecosystem. These capabilities, put together, provide a powerful and complete virtualization solution. AHV is also performance-tuned for Nutanix HCI, taking advantage of the intelligent storage services provided by the distributed storage fabric. Because the DSF is optimized for use with server virtualization, it provides full data resiliency and data services such as snapshots, clones, and provisioning operations at VM granularity. As a result, AHV is leaner and focused on delivering secure virtual compute services and high availability. So, what makes AHV interesting? That comes down to how a good hypervisor is typically chosen. A virtualized environment is meant to abstract the hardware away from the operating system and to help you get the most out of your infrastructure. Simplicity is largely the key, without compromising the full-featured experience that's necessary to get up and running quickly and efficiently. At a high level, when choosing a hypervisor, key considerations are manageability, data protection, high availability and fault tolerance, operational insight, networking, and performance. Of course, these aren't the only things to think about. The solution should be easy to deploy. The overall cost is certainly significant, along with any cost savings the solution might provide elsewhere, as well as scalability and support expectations. However, since we only want to introduce you to AHV today, we'll be focusing primarily on the 5 functionality areas listed previously. We're going to talk about Prism separately, but it's worth noting that all AHV administration is performed via the Prism interface. The Nutanix AHV virtualization solution, including the tools you need to manage it, ships from the factory, installed and ready to go, so you can have the system up and running in minutes once you've racked the cluster and powered it on. As soon as it's up and running, you can maintain the environment through our HTML5 web UI, the Prism Web Console. Unlike other hypervisors, AHV requires no additional backend applications or database to maintain the data rendered in the UI. Interestingly, AHV management scales as the cluster grows. Because Prism leverages a distributed architecture, there is no single point of failure for the management plane of AHV. Data protection is a topic that's also discussed as part of the distributed storage fabric in Acropolis, but AHV has a role to play here as well. AHV covers recovery situations, data loss through human error, infrastructure losses, or a disaster that causes a site DR plan activation with 3 main data protection categories: instant recovery, backup and recovery, and archiving. Nutanix provides instant recovery via 2 built-in methods. More apps running in virtualized environments and fewer physical servers mean that we need virtualization implementations to be highly available. In a hyperconverged infrastructure, having a highly available environment requires that we make storage, compute, and virtualization fault-tolerant. With AHV, the environment at the hypervisor level is fully redundant. High availability in virtualization ensures that VMs restart on another hypervisor node within a cluster of virtualization servers. Out of the box, AHV enables high availability by default for VMs. Prism provides simple centralized access for administrators to configure, monitor, and manage virtual environments. The key area in which Prism adds tremendous value to cluster administration is in operational insights. This aspect of Prism has been built around providing administrators with alerts, metrics, and the ability to analyze data. Data centers have become highly virtualized, and their application environments can be very dynamic. Rapidly starting and stopping workloads places a burden on the traditional static enforcement mechanisms for security, so we need a more modern, scalable, and agile process. AHV offers advanced networking and security services providing visibility into the virtual network, application-centric protection from network threats, and automation of common networking operations. Fully integrated into AHV and the Nutanix Enterprise Cloud OS, Nutanix features allow organizations to deploy software-defined virtual networking without the complexity of installing and managing additional products that have separate management and independent software maintenance requirements. AHV provides application-centric policies that enable complete visibility and traffic control. Because perimeter-based firewalls traditionally only protect the environment from external threats, it can be difficult to repurpose them to protect internal traffic. Nutanix AHV can apply security rules between all applications and VMs within the data center, thus adding internal protection behind your perimeter firewall. In a virtualization environment, you have to take into account what workloads are running on the hypervisor, how those workloads impact the overall system, and what happens as the system grows over time. AHV handles these adjustments via dynamic scheduling, VM placement, and affinity rules. Dynamic scheduling is an ongoing process that monitors resources like CPU, memory, storage, and networking across nodes in a cluster to ensure that the environment avoids hotspots and that VMs get the resources they need. The scheduler moves VMs to reduce hotspots. VM placement involves two things. First, balancing workloads up front during initial VM creation, and second, optimization that occurs either when you create and power on a new VM or when a VM powers off and on for any reason. And finally, affinity rules define which VMs can run on a particular set of hosts, or defining what VMs shouldn't run together on the same host. So, to sum this up, we believe your virtualization solution should streamline and support activities that keep your business moving forward. We work to abstract away the complexity in deploying and administering a virtualized solution while providing the flexibility needed in the modern data center. Nutanix has designed AHV to be straightforward to deploy and manage. By providing the most commonly needed features to run your enterprise, AHV turns virtualization decisions into a simple checklist. Even better, AHV delivers these features at no additional hypervisor cost. If you have a Nutanix cluster, then you already have AHV, giving you simplicity without complication or compromise. And that really is the goal of AHV: simplicity, power, and flexibility, all without complications or compromise. Thank you for watching.